The following is a presentation of the Austin Reed Network, now streaming for free on Roku and Amazon Fire TV.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Isla Brock. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and this is News in Hypnosis. Today, we're going to be talking about pain management and hypnosis and hypnotherapy. What is it? How does it work? What do I do? How can we do it? But first, I want to introduce my mug. Every week, I try to bring a new mug. This one says, I am billing you for this conversation. Now, I saw this on a t-shirt a while back, and it made a better mug, so I bought a bunch of them. Just give them away. And there's, because I have therapist in my title, people tend to, want counsel. I'm happy to, but, I'm probably going to send you an invoice. No, I'm just kidding, really. And so there's my mug for the day, and I'll work on other mugs for the next time. Well, I have lots of them. I collect coffee cups. I like them. They're fun. Anyway, and I also want to do a quick but first segment. But first means before we get into the pain side of it, kind of do something light and fun. So I got a couple of things. First of all, Dalai Lama's wisdom. He says, and I'm preaching to the choir here, folks, when you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. If you listen, you may learn something new. Put that in your crawl. How about, and this is kind of cool and inspirational, when you let go, you create space for better things to enter into your life. That definitely goes along with what I do for a living. And then a quick little funny, therapy can be a good thing and it can be therapeutic. I know it's kind of corny, but people will come and see me when they're done with their psychotherapy or with their CBT therapist or with their counselor. I'm usually last stop. And or in conjunction with. So just remember that. All right. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about pain and its definition of what pain is. Are you ready, director? All right. I'm going to talk real quick. The definition, let's just go right there first. The International Association of Study of Pains widely uses this definition. Pain is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual or potential tissue damage, or described in terms of such damage. Pain motivates us. It gets us in, if we're in pain, we're going to try and do something to get out of pain. If you watched my first episode, I talked about how the subconscious mind lives in what's called homeostasis. It's a comfort zone, and this is where it's at. So when you have pain, you are out of homeostasis. Homeostasis is that drive just to keep things the same, always the same. Everything's regulated. The autonomic nervous system just keeps flow. This is where it goes. And when something just goes out of whack, you hurt your little toe, you're not in homeostasis. Pain, some say, is weakness leaving the body. Yeah, maybe for an athlete who's trying to get the burn or something like that. But pain will motivate us, and we're going to do what we can to withdraw from that damaging situation. I want to give quick credit to my instructor, John Melton from Hypnosis Motivational Institute, who actually certified me in pain management, and I'll be using a lot of his notes today and then throwing a little bit of mine. But I just want to give credit where credit is due. Thank you, John, Mr. Melton. Anyway, okay. Pain, when we withdraw from pain, where our subconscious mind's trying to protect us, it's trying to pull us into in doing whatever it can to get us back to where we were before we were getting us back to where we were before. So thinking about that concept, getting us back to where we were before, you're looking at somebody who used to smoke, right? Or that currently smokes. Let's go with currently smokes cigarettes. And every time they are lighting up another one, it's their mind is trying to get them back to where it was those neural neurons or whatever to where it was before they smoked. So if I can just get my mind back to where it was before I started smoking, oh, that would be so much better. And now you have a cigarette, and for a moment, you're back there. Now the withdrawal happens. And the same thing can happen with pain when you're in some kind of pain. Now, I like to deal, I don't like to, but if I'm dealing, I don't want you to be in pain. I will deal with people who are in acute pain, and I'm going to go over the difference between acute pain and chronic pain in a minute. But let's just talk a little bit about pain. I'm going to go over this author here in a minute, but there's a book I highly recommend. It's called The Great Pain Deception, and Osnark, I think, is the author. It starts with an OZ. It's a black book with writing The Great Pain Deception, and I'm going to go over a little bit about what's in that book and how it can relate to pain. What is that deception that we are in pain? So, pain is the most common reason for people to go see their physicians. That's the most common reason you see a physician, is because of pain. It's a major pain. There is a major symptom, and there's a medical condition that's usually significant that's causing you pain and hurting your quality of life or just your general function. Okay, so we're going to get into what happens when you're in pain, but there's nothing wrong. And I deal with that too. It's like a pseudo pain or whatever. And that's a real thing. And I never want anyone to ever think that your pain doesn't matter or that your pain isn't real. Your pain that you are experiencing is real. It's real as I am sitting here real. It's real as this pencil is real. It's a real thing. So if you're in pain, I'm not going to discount it. Doctors will tend to discount it. And I'm going to get into this idea of doctors and labeling their patients. It just infuriates me. So what I can do with hypnotherapy is help modulate your pain, the intensity and the unpleasantness, maybe even help take a lot of it away. There's some changes that you have to do yourself. If you're overweight and your back hurts, losing some weight will help your back feel better, and help you through hypnotherapy can help you achieve that goal. Okay. So then we're going to get into what happens. There's different studies of pain that has been going on. So many people report pain in the absence of tissue damage or any unlikely pathophysiological cause. Now, this is in the International Association for the Study of Pains. It's noted, and they found pain that what happens in your psychological reasoning. Okay? Usually this happens, a lot of times your pain can be a psychological reason behind the pain. And there's usually no way to distinguish your experience that's due to a tissue damage or any kind of other emotional upset. It is a subjective thing. I'm relying on my client to tell me what's going on. And so when you come and see me, it's like peeling back an onion. We're going to get down to the layers of your pain, your situation, where it came from, a cause, etc. I'm going to listen. I'm going to observe. And then we're going to verify the information together. And then I'm always going to share your empathy of what you're going through. Maybe I went through the same thing. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so psychological effects of pain. So if you're in pain, it is reported that those who have a better social support system experience less pain and faster healing. Hands down. If you're isolated or by yourself, your pain may take longer to get through. Okay? So there's also this thing, the suggestions. When I'm working with a client, and some people look at hypnosis as a placebo, I don't care. If it works, great. And we're in and out of a state of hypnosis all the time anyway. So why not take advantage of something that actually works without introducing drugs into our body? And there's some areas that one must be careful in that, and I'll get to some of that in a minute about hypnosis and how it can be very effective in pain. Let's see, we're going into my next note. So Dr. Serrano says spinal surgery Pain can be repressed, and well, let's get into the emotions of it. Sorry, can we cut?
Yeah.
Cut there. I'm gonna just back it up here a little bit. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. I can just go?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll just cut this out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Serrano is a highly recognized doctor, author, whatever. He talks about spinal surgery and the primary focus of pain. It can be repressed as rage or anger in the body. And I'm going to talk a little bit right now about anger in the body. When you hurt yourself, your body gets angry. It just gets completely ticked off. So when that is a burying of emotion in your body of pain. So let's talking about, we're going to get into more detail, acute pain versus chronic pain. But acute pain usually happens quickly. If you break a leg, or you're in childbirth, or you get a cut or a burn or something like that, that's just quick acute pain. And I can help you. So if I were to see somebody on the freeway in a bad accident and they were in pain, I would probably, if I'm able to come into that situation safely, maybe help them get out of their pain until responders arrive. Just by having them stare in my eyes, talking to them, and helping them through their, getting the blood to stop flowing as quickly or something like that. Hypnosis can actually help with that. Acute pain can be mild, it could be severe, it could last for weeks or months, but usually under 6 months before it would be considered chronic. Chronic pain is something that doesn't necessarily go away, it's persistent, and it even continues after the injury has healed. So I know people who have had back surgery, and they're still in chronic pain after the back surgery that was supposed to help their pain to begin with. Maybe they're doing that because they want more, not they, but the doctors want to do more surgery. Don't get me started. Okay, get me started. I'm going to go there in a minute. Okay. By bringing down that anxiety of someone who's in pain. So you have somebody who's in acute pain, like in a car accident, their blood pressure is going to go up. So let's bring down their anxiety a little bit. About somebody who was, just fell off their bicycle and they've got an injured knee or something like that. Bringing their anxiety down will help their pain start to subside, or manageable, acceptable pain that you can live with until you get your medical treatment. Understand, I'm not a doctor. I don't make diagnoses or anything like that. I'm just helping you understand how hypnosis can actually help someone who's in pain. Chronic pain can be, headaches, lower back pain. These are just common. Cancer pain, arthritis pain, and neurological pain. Maybe pain from nerves, nerve damage or whatever. Sciatic, shingles, stuff like that. I would always recommend somebody go see their doctor or chiropractor before they come and see me. I can be an injunction to it. And if you do come and see me, I'm going to have you get a referral from your doctor, what the diagnosis is, so I'm not contraindicating anything that's going on. Okay. Chronic pain might have an origin with an initial trauma or injury, or even an infection, and there might be an ongoing cause of the pain. However, some people suffer chronic pain in the absence of any injury or any body damage. Oh, how does that happen? Well, chronic pain is treated usually in a combination of a number of possible ways during an evaluation with your doctor. With chronic pain, we're most often dealing with people who have repressed emotions. I have techniques that I've learned that can actually help alleviate a neck pain that just suddenly appeared. It's one of the techniques, which I will do a show on, just a brief explanation, because it's only so much I can talk about in 30 minutes. But I can help you as a practitioner for EFT, emotional freedom technique. I'm a practitioner for NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and oftentimes using these techniques, I can help somebody just alleviate the pain just because it was a cause or a symptom of a cause that was going on in your life. So emotions can create pain, both physical and emotional, and pain is pain is pain. It's just pain. So how does hypnotherapy work in this area, Well, I'm going to help you with that anxiety that the pain is creating for you. Stress level, start to learn to manage your stress level so that when you're in a stressful situation, you stay chill. I just had a client recently who had he wasn't in pain, but he learned that he gets himself totally worked up over the silliest things, and then he goes full board depressed, if you will. He's been to see me 3 or 4 times, and this time he saw me most recently. He said the past week before that was amazing. He was like on top of the world, and he couldn't understand why all of a sudden he's just feeling like he's feeling so good. It's like, what's up with that? So it's been helping him in his emotional pain, getting out of that anxiety. When a situation and drama happened, he was just able to handle it, not like go full board crazy. So that's what we hope for. So understanding and evaluating your pain. So when you come in and see me for a pain evaluation or whatever is going on, and I'm doing a consult with you, I'm going to go through a series of questions like, tell me about it. What have you used to help yourself with it? How's your memory of the first time you felt the discomfort? I'm going to go through what's called a SUD scale, subjective unit determination, a 0 to 10 scale on different areas of your pain. Always, 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 the SUD scale is very important about everything I do. Looking at triggers that may cause your pain. Anyway, there's a whole series of questions that I will be using to go through and assessing what you're going through as we go through a session together. Okay. I'm going to go through areas of your sensory discomfort, descriptions, just describing what your pain is. I want to be able to at least emotionally feel your physical pain, or kind of definitely empathize as significantly as I can with your pain. So it's like, do your pain for me so I can be in it with you for those moments, so I can understand. So once I understand it in that perspective, help is so much easier and simpler for you. And I'm going to ask about the size of the pain. One of the things that I can do, like with anxiety, it's really, the definition is negative emotions wrapped around a future event. And that could be any event, getting off work at 5 or getting married in 2 years, whatever that is. It's anticipatory anxiety, and that can create pain. So understanding what that means to you and why do I feel anxious about this, that, or the other. Well, find out where you are after the situation. How will you feel? And then you can just help yourself that way. I would feel relief. Great, let's do that. And now you can just live in relief through the what would have been the anxiety. So when you're working with me and you're working with pain, there's so many issues that come up. So what I want to talk about with the doctors, many clients come and see me for pain management or tinnitus or something. And they have been told, labeled by their doctor, hey, nothing I can do with you, you're just going to have to figure out how to live with it. And now that client, their patient, has this label that's in their mind that they have to live with this anguish for the rest of their life, gloom and doom for the rest of their life. And that's not the case. You don't have to live with that pain as gloom and doom. Remember, a medical doctor, I don't discount their knowledge. They know, they've been to school for 12 or 15 years. They understand their medicine. They just don't know what to do with chronic pain a lot of times, and they're going to throw drugs at it. A lot of drugs because, there's this theory that they're getting kickbacks by giving you more prescriptions for the drugs. Here, whatever. I don't know. I don't have any evidence to support it. I'm only guessing because of Big Pharma. Now, Big Pharma, they make in a lot of money. I had an interesting thought. Wouldn't it be great with as much money that gets poured into the pharmacy world? Wouldn't that be more beneficial? You're keeping people on these drugs. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to pour that money into holistic and homeopathic remedies and have healthier people that don't need the drugs? Now, some drugs obviously are going to be needed. I'm not saying discount that. I'm just saying back off on the drugs and back on to a more homeopathic or holistic way of letting the mind actually help you get past your pain issue. There was an interesting 2002 Baylor College Medicine study with 3 groups of osteoarthritis in the knee. Now, this is talking about getting into your head and just learning about how you can manage your own pain. Okay, one group had one form of arthroscopic knee surgery, and then one group had another form of arthroscopic knee surgery. The third group just had actual incisions, but no procedure. At the end of the year, all the groups had the identical results of less pain and better movement in the knee. All participants believed that they had received a complete knee surgery, even though the third group did not have that knee surgery. At the 2-year follow-up, there was still the same level of improvement across all 3 groups. This result was duplicated in 2 more studies at other institutions as well. Belief is powerful, and believing. So when your doctor says, sorry, there's nothing I can do with it, he's instilled a belief in you. And when we talk to our children and we put negative labels on them, they grow up with that for the rest of their lives, and they're feeling labeled. You know, I have heard it said so many times how parents are just so dogged on their children. You're going to amount to nothing. You're no good. You're worthless. You stupid, S word. You're whatever. It's like that's labeling a child, and they grow up. So words really do have an effect on our belief system. So learning the right words, positive words, critical words, logical words, critical thinking. Those are, using words will help lift and edify somebody, but don't do it to hurt somebody. Okay, so my clients actually feel hope when they're with me. That's just what I get to instill. So let's talk about something called TMS. Dr. Serrano, the book, The Great Pain Deception. Sorry, I thought it was Ozark. Maybe it's Ozark. Anyway, he talks about this thing called TMS, tension myoneural syndrome. It's Dr. Morano who has developed. It's neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain typically, headaches, hip, knee, wrist, all the different joints, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, even GERD and disorders, repetitive. The roots of TMS, or tension myoneural syndrome, are often thought to be planted in childhood. Through early separation anxiety or emotional trauma, there is tension, and it's forming at a loss of awareness of these negative emotions as a type of defense against those feelings. So it's better to just put it in the body than to feel the emotion. So you submerge it. The mind and body are one unit, inseparable, and Serrano teaches us in his own research. Pain lives in our body. Pain lives as emotions in our body, and I will give you a personal testimony here in a minute. Now, you're understanding that pain is often the result of an unresolved internal conflict. Our job is often, I'm going to help you find and deal with that cause as best we can. I will not determine the cause for you. If I learn it before you do, I'm not going to share that until you have to learn it. And I'm going to do everything I can to guide you to that learning, and however long that takes. Usually a couple sessions. And that's about it. The roots of TMS are often thought to be planted in childhood. Through early separation anxiety or emotional trauma, there is tension and in the forming of a loss or awareness of those negative emotions as a type of defense against those feelings. It's better to put it into the body than to feel the emotion. The mind and body are one unit and inseparable. Now you're understanding that pain is often the result of unresolved internal conflict, and I'm going to help you find that conflict. Change your belief and you release the tension in the body, and the blood flow returns and the discomfort is resolved. Talking about different aspects of pain and how we can help somebody. There's a thing called, well, I don't even know what it's called. Well, I do. I'm not going to tell you, but that's not important. The important part here is anxiety is created from pain. And when we take a presence of chronic pain, it could be serving you. Maybe you don't want to get out of your pain, and it's serving you in some way, and that you get more attention, you get treated well. If I get better, I have to become a responsible person in society. So therefore, I'm just going to stay in my pain. So I don't think I ever had that personal belief, but I did have a quick testimony how pain was eradicated, or emotional pain. I didn't know that I had a problem with sleeping, other than I thought it was genetic. You just wake up every couple hours and that was it. But apparently when I was about 7 or 8, I had a traumatic experience. So I felt that if I stayed awake during that experience, I will be safer than if I'm asleep and trying to wake up. So 45 years later, I am learning that that's why I wasn't sleeping through the night, wasn't sleeping more than a couple hours. Once I released that buried trauma, oh my gosh, and the only time I don't sleep now is too many dogs on my bed. Yeah, I know, we have more puppies now. So it's taking those emotions and letting them go. Emotions are energy in motion, and they get stored, good, bad, and ugly. The goal is to help release them and get them out. And one of the jobs that I get to do is help my client do just that. I'm going to help you understand your issue. I'm going to help you learn your perspective of what's going on. And I'm going to just in hypnosis, we're going to help create some element of pain relief or discomfort relief. Understand there are no hypnotic miracles. There's no guarantee, but I'm going to do everything I can to help you. And with as many clients that I've been able to help, I can't not believe that this isn't going to work for somebody else too. I know that with just continued success with it. You can reach me at centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com. You can reach me at 559-749-4803. You can reach me through my email at ILAB, it's ILAHB like Brock, at centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com. Reach out to me, contact me. Let's talk about your pain. Let's see if it's possible. I've had clients just get up and walk after a session with me, and I'm just like, they hadn't walked in 3 weeks without assistance. How did that happen? Because it got out of their own way, and I helped that anxiety just subside enough so that you can have some relief, so that you can sleep. And the more sleep, better sleep, the more REM sleep you get, the better your body can start healing. I want you to know that I'm here to help you. I'm here to be of whatever service I can in pain management. And whatever your pain is, it's all real. I believe you that it's real. I haven't met you yet, and it's real. And if you want to know a little bit more, understand how to relax, just send me an email, just contact me. I will send you a free relaxation recording. It's at least 20 minutes long to kind of get you an idea how the body can start feeling better. Anyway, I'm going to be back next week, and I'm going to be talking about something called Law of Attraction and the other 11 universal laws, and how do they work and how can they help us in pain or in life, in anything we do, business, relationships, whatever that is. I'll have 30 minutes to just get in there and just discuss what law of attraction is and go over the other 11 universal laws. The law of correspondence, the law of oneness, there's 11 of them, and they all work together. The law of expectation, they're all going to work together to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. My name is Hyla Brock. I am a certified hypnotherapist. This is News in Hypnosis, and I will be with you next time when we meet.